Okay, what we did here is we installed the top half of the shock absorber, as you can see in the video, onto the shaft at the top, and then tightened the nut. In this case, it was an 18mm nut head, and we tightened it up. And if you'll notice, when I tightened it until I saw the rubber bushings begin to squeeze just a little bit. They kind of squeeze and get fattened out. And now we're going to put the bottom half in. The bottom half of the shock absorber goes right here across this opening. And what you'll have to do here, you have to kind of push up on the shock because it is a gas-filled shock, and you can see I'm having to kind of force it up right here and get it in place. And now we just put the bolt across. Real simple, not a complicated procedure. Get it just a little bit higher. So we get it across there. Bolt goes across there. We put the nut in on the back side right here. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to hold this nut, and then we'll tighten the bolt. And in this case, we don't have to squeeze it until the rubber mashes out on each side. We just tighten it until we get both sides all the way up and locked tight, because it's got a metal piece on each side here. So. And now the bottom half is done. And see, I turned it so this adjuster is on the outside. That way the owner can adjust the ride control so they can get the way they like the car to ride and going down the road. Okay, what we did here is install this top shock absorber, the upper part of it. And as you can see in the video, we had to put the washer and then the rubber piece, and then put it up in the hole, which put it between the frame, and then put the upper rubber piece and the washer and then the nut. And if you'll notice in the video, I went to try to tighten the nut up, and I was able to tighten the nut when I was putting it on, but when we was removing the nut on the old one, we were unable to get the nut to come off, so I had to hold the top of it with a small wrench, and then loosen the big nut on the bottom, which that's not uncommon, because after shock absorber's been on for a while, that nut can kind of get seized. But as you can see, I got the top end of this one in place, and we'll be installing the bottom end of it. We'll complete this job.